Hey Jams, it's Pearlyn. So today we're going to be doing a quick energetic check-in for February. I think what's interesting is the fact that a lot of people who have been riding through really difficult journeys in the last 3 years would expect 2023 to be like a superb year, but the truth is 2023 is going to be another hell of a ride, and I speak of it from a space where it's not a bad ride, and how good your growth and ascension can be in your own journey and the trajectories you take is very much dependent on how you curate it and how you forge that path for yourself. So that is the first baseline message that I wish to put forth. I am not trained astrologically, and I just read very intuitively when I pick up energies, and this is based off a lot of readings that I've been doing in the last few months for people. It feels like the slightly more hard-hitting months, and I'm reading for maybe Southeast Asian context at the very least. March will be a big month. June will be a little rocky and feel a little nauseating. And August towards October would be another hell of a steep learning curve for a lot of people. So that's something to generally look out for the collective, for everyone in Southeast Asia. What I did want to put forth in today's reading, and the readings are going to be a little more short and sweet, is clear enough messages to get you through February, because February leading up to March is going to feel like a rocky, uncomfortable, slightly triggering month for a lot of people. So I can't really go into the details yet, but we're going to have all of you be able to pick from one of these three choices. So we're going to have A, B, and C, and with these three choices, take a moment, close your eyes, breathe in deeply, sigh it out, maybe doing it 2 more times. This is to help you recenter and be a little more present in your body and the sensations that come up when your intuition's coming through. When you intuitively receive calls and messages, you will feel it deeply in your body, and this is not just feeling based, it's because you recognize patterns. The thing about intuition is people think it's just feeling based, but that is shit intuition. To be very honest, intuition is a mix of that gut feeling and also rational understanding and recognition just in general of patterns in different circumstances and the probability of things playing out. That is what intuition is all about. So if you're able to perceive multiple different perspectives, that is what's going to help you with understanding how to make choices based off your intuition. But I'll get into that whole topic another day. We are using this deck. It is the Herbal Astrology Oracle. Felt drawn to it. I'm going to read it very intuitively. Going straight into the reading. If you have picked number 1, this is going to be your reading. Those who selected the message for number 1, things to take note of for the month of February. We got these 3 cards that came up for you. First one, second, third. Okay. Life-changing experiences, altering a lot of your perceptions with regards to life. It feels like it will be a little bit more of an introspective month for you. So if you're rushing to get out there because the year's just started and you're like, I need to get out there and network, socialize, you're going to take a misstep in doing that. You have to slowly charge up. You're not yet in a space where you're ready to communicate with clarity. So with regards to any sort of form of communication for important details, don't rush into it. If you can kind of like have it extended across a series of conversations, you're being encouraged to do so. You're being asked to really go inwards, to check in with your own personal desires, to see what it is that you truly are wishing to manifest for yourself in your life, rather than just saying like, okay, this is how well I know myself and therefore I'm gonna make decisions based off that, planning things based off that. This month is not really a month for you, those of you who pick number 1, to rush into making decisions. Again, decisions, communication, don't rush into it. A lot of what you're being forced to do is to reconfigure and realign yourself with that version of yourself that you wish to be, not from your past experiences and how you wish to cultivate this new way of being, but really looking forward and seeing what it is you truly desire and what it is you truly want to bring into your experience, and why you want that beyond your past experiences. So past hurts do not matter. Past experiences in lessons and pain and suffering, they do not matter at this point in time. You're meant to focus on what to look forward to. And when I look at the last message, a lot of it that's being encouraged in your journey is management of your own finances and resources and wealth. So money, how are you spending your money? Are you using it to pay for lifestyle related stuff that makes you feel good temporarily, and like it's just a quick pick me up, right? But it doesn't last, and you're subscribing and signing on for these memberships and packages because you're like, yeah, I need this for self-love, self-care. Don't lie to yourself anymore. You know, if you need to go for therapy or counseling, that is what you have to go for. It doesn't mean that you're crazy. It just means that you have things to unload, unpack, and work through. Go and seek professional help, okay? And trauma dumping and trauma bonding with your friends is no longer going to cut it for you. It's not. No. Done. You're done with that. Like, continue doing that, and June is going to be a rough month for you. That's all I'm gonna say. You're going to pretend nothing's wrong, and you can hustle and make things work out in your favor and lie to yourself. Your ego is going to lie to yourself, and if you do that, you're going to feel good all the way up till June, where you crash and burn, and it's going to feel really painful, okay? So don't do that. 737 on the timer, so that's an angel number. If you don't know what angel numbers are, then go and do your research. But now we're going to move on to message number 2. Those of you who picked message number 2, the 3 messages that you've gotten. My fingernails. Oh, my finger is really beautiful, by the way. Look, it's done by Nails by Nanako. I love it. So pretty. Just wanted to share. Love her work. She's really detailed. Okay, wait, back to the message. Sorry. Maybe it's a message. You know what? Like, compared to message number 1, message 2, if you need to splurge a little bit on your self-love, self-care, and ridiculous things like that you know does not bring you happiness in the long run, it's time to splurge a little bit on yourself. I'm getting a lot of singles over here, or soon to be singles, because you're sick and tired of the connections that you're dealing with. I feel like a lot of what you are focusing on in February and encouraged to focus on is self-love, self-care in a very superficial manner, just to kickstart this next phase of your healing journey. And I think a lot of you with maternal woundings, you're being encouraged to start figuring out how you can work through those past neglect that you have experienced in your childhood. And this doesn't mean that your mom didn't do a good enough job or didn't do her best. Maybe she didn't do her best for some of you, but for the best that she offered, you know that you didn't receive enough. So first card over here, second card, and the third card. Okay, so I'm looking at your messages. So again, the whole idea of the mother, if you know of the chakra system, your sacral chakra is going to be key for focusing on meditations and healing. That is linked to the idea of creation and sexuality also. Understanding what it means to feel nourished, fulfilled, to be a creator for yourself in your own life, to have balance in your own personal femininity. All of us have our yin-yang side, and your feminine side needs a bit more nourishment, so indulge, give her love and care, give that feminine part of yourself the gentle, loving, romantic gestures that you've always craved for in a romantic partner and haven't been able to receive in the best ways possible for fear of receiving true love, or just because you don't know your worth. So no more excuses in saying you're too busy with work. Start giving yourself love and care. The next thing I'm picking up for your reading is this idea that you need to start allowing yourself to blossom, bloom, shine, express yourself. So this is also slowly linked to the solar plexus chakra. So orange and yellow color would be the key things that would help you in this month. A lot about romancing yourself and nourishing yourself, allowing yourself to lean into your own divine femininity, allowing yourself to sing, dance, fully express yourself and let yourself be heard, let yourself be received. If any of you have picked message number 2, on top of message number 1, you're being asked to find the balance between both of these extremes. And there's this sense of being a little Gemini or bipolar, or very, very moody in how you manage your thoughts and emotions. And you're being encouraged right now to allow yourself to flow through those two extremes and to know that true management is the ability to flow between both, but then witnessing it, not dissociating from it, and gently managing the flow so that it's not too drastic, okay? So management and balance is our theme. For those of you who only pick message number 2, your focus is in diving in to give to yourself, being gentle, loving, patient, and kind. Really giving back to yourself, giving yourself the love you always wanted to receive from your mother, from your younger years, from the romantic partners who weren't able to show up for you in ways you needed them to. Doesn't mean that you're not good enough, just means that you're not receiving the love that you need. And knowing that you have to give it to yourself before you can expect another to be able to show it to you. If you don't know what your needs are and the kind of support you require, you wouldn't be able to communicate that with a partner, even if you can say, I feel upset. That is communication for a primary school child. Come on, you're beyond that, okay? Learn how to communicate and express your needs first off by giving it to yourself and understanding what you truly require. Next thing that I'm saying is a lot that's got to do with breathing and focusing on the whole idea of femininity in this reading is so strong. Focusing on nourishing yourself. Bless me. One more. And allowing yourself to smell the roses. That's a message I got with this sneeze. If you have sinus related issues, getting support if required. Allowing yourself to understand sensuality and connecting with scent, connecting with flavors, and allowing that to help you feel nourished. So buying yourself a new candle scent that's a lot more feminine, allowing yourself to use a scent that's a lot more feminine, things like that. You're being encouraged to do so. Don't look for scents that are overly like refreshing or musky. Look for scents that are a little more comforting. Yeah, and flavors that are comforting rather than like spicy and like sour. No, none of that. Like sweet and cozy and warm. Dates, sweet dates are coming into my head. So dates. And I guess for those of you who are single, it's to romance yourself and allow yourself to be romanced, to not chase. Allow yourself to attract. Okay, so that's what I have for those of you who picked message number 2. We are moving into message number 3 right now. Ooh, message number 3. Daddy issues. You got 5 cards. Okay, no, you got 6 cards. Oh, no wonder it's intense. Let me show the cards one by one. Figuring out how you can work through your mommy issues has been easy, but now working through your daddy issues is our theme. So if you've been on your healing journey or a lot that's got to do with self-development, self-growth and introspection, you're being asked to get into a space to start forging your own systems and rituals and routines that could better serve you in the upcoming months. leading up to April and May. There seems to be a lot of shifts and changes that is being encouraged with regards to redirection, recommitment, and seeking out true fulfillment and contentment, beyond just being present in your life, being mindful with your choices. Now it's time to plan a little more long term. I feel like those of you who pick message number 3, you have allowed yourself to be in that flow state for a bit too long, and you give yourself too much excuses to be in this flow state. And sometimes you might say like, oh, I've been in this space for maybe only a month. Yeah, but if you have enough practice of that, you need to pivot and change. So don't give yourself excuses. I'm not gonna give you excuses. Your cards today: Dragon energy is very strong for those of you who picked this pile. Have some cacao. 6 cards, yeah? Whew. Very interesting. Okay. For all the lessons and learnings and healing that you've been actively working on, it's time to integrate the wisdom that you have into your day-to-day life. So what are the values that are important to you? What are the support that you require for yourself? You need to be able to inch into that space, to create that system for yourself beyond what has been taught, what has been shown to you in all different aspects. People might have given you tips, nuggets, advice, but it's time to forge your own. The thing about life and the beauty about life is the fact that you're your own creator, and you get to seek out the path and journeys you want to take, but also to curate the steps required to make the journey a lot more fulfilling, nourishing, and empowering, not only for yourself but also for you to play the role of a leader to inspire others. I think what we end up forgetting sometimes is the fact that we have a lot more power in creating change in the world, and we have to use our voice, we have to speak up, we have to have difficult conversations, we have to be able to manage our mood and expectations of others' understandings of our own experiences with regards to oppression, and to know that being the one that's oppressed at times would mean that you have the wisdom, knowledge, power, awareness that all these people who are privileged enough to live without the oppression and traumas, yeah, you have that privilege that they don't, in wisdom. And it would require a lot of grace on your part to be able to impart that knowledge, to take time and patience to express it and teach them and explain it to them so that they can understand without being triggered on your end. But knowing if you're triggered, it's normal. But once you're able to understand your own power in all these different interactions in making change, that's when change will start to happen for yourself in your life and that of others that you are close to and that you deeply care for but might have been hurt by. Yeah, and this is largely linked to paternal wounds that a lot of people struggle with healing from. If you are a masculine or you identify as a male, you need to know that your own view of your father is something that you need to let go of, and you need to start forging your own view of what it looks like to be a healthy masculine beyond that experience you've had with your own paternal figure, because that's a poor example to even develop new thoughts and ideas from. I think whenever we're in that space of pain and hurt and we look at others and we're like, yeah, I'll never be like you, I'll never be with someone like you, it's from the space of the ego that speaks. The ego thinks it knows better, but when you speak from that space, you're speaking from the voice of a hurt child. But an adult that's accountable and responsible in creating their own life and curating their own values would not look at that and define their future based off that past hurt. They would take accountability in forging things for themselves, actively working on their healing, yes, but knowing that they get to decide how they wish to be beyond that view, that experience, that example. Because if you're defining anything for your future based off that, you're still living in your past, and it's kind of immature. Of course, it's normal to have your feelings, and your feelings are valid, but it's really limiting if you were to live in that space. So start thinking of ways to forge your own ethics, values, and values, ethics, and morals. This time mix two words together, and take pride in forging your own system and rituals. If you're a business owner, or you're looking to run your own show, or you're running your own show, this is where things will start to be a defining moment for you, and 2023 will be a year of immense growth because you're taking accountability for forging your life for yourself. I like message number 3. And if you've chosen message number 3 and you're able to take note of all these hints and these pointers, it's going to be an amazing year for you. Yeah. But that's what I have for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I do have a bunch of journaling pages that I have curated and created, over 1,000 readings. So these are things that I use to support my clients and friends, a lot of you, in their journey to self-improvement. And it's kind of like a coaching related journaling prompt and introspection related stuff. It's good for mindfulness and self-awareness, self-development. 5 different ones. Head on to my website and purchase them. They were designed by this really amazing designer illustrator called Michelle.cpy. You can check out her work and her beautiful posts on Instagram. Link will be in the description also. But I truly want to encourage all of you who are looking to develop yourself to journaling prompts and see how it can support you. I also have some coded scripting, quantum scripts. I am not gonna use this video to explain it, but if you're interested, also link in the bio. Great for manifestations, great to put together with your crystals for manifestations or your own scripts. Yeah, so make sure you're not using it with spells though. That's something I do want to point out. So that's all I have for you guys. Hope you enjoyed this message. And please leave a comment below if you would like to make requests on the kind of videos you want to see in future. But until then, take care, be well.